My name is David Harmling. I'm the middle school principal at Kingsway Christian Schools. For any of our students, as they graduate from middle school and head on to high school, and one of our desires is that they are respectful and responsible in the sense that academically they know how to prepare themselves to be successful, relationally with other students, just having their awareness of what other students are going through and what it means to be a true friend. And there's a lot of biblical qualities that we want them all to embrace, mainly centered around how to treat other people. So we really want our students to be kind and loving to others. So when the high school teachers receive these incoming freshmen, hopefully they're equipped and prepared for the challenges of high school and ultimately beyond that as well. Our middle school teachers are phenomenal. I light up when I think about them because I know how much they care about students. I see it on a daily basis. One thing that's really neat at Kingsway that I love with our staff is if a student is off or going through a hard time, they really key in on that, and we start a discussion amongst the staff and myself as far as, hey, what's going on, what do they need, what are they going through, and how can we partner with them and their families. And knowing the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers like I do, and knowing them so well, I can say with no reservations whatsoever that they genuinely care so much about each student that walks through that door. So I think that experience of having a team of teachers that really are more concerned with your heart than anything else and helping you navigate those challenging years of becoming a young adult, it's invaluable, and I don't think it's matched anywhere else. It's something that everyone that's here experiences, and it just means a lot to me to know that our teachers truly care about that, and they're always willing to give up their own time to make sure the needs of each student are met, and it's pretty powerful. So when I think about the middle school, one of the first things that comes to mind is just a family environment. There's 200 of us here every day that care about each other. We know each other well, and it's just fun to go through a year knowing who everyone is. I would say Christ-centered, our staff loves the Lord, and that bleeds out in so many different ways throughout the day for our students. And of course, they're all on their walk with the Lord, but that's definitely something that they're going to notice when students are here. Our students are kind and welcoming to new students and to each other. And in general, they're just a really respectful group. I love being around them every day. Probably the biggest thing that I love about our middle school is that we are big enough to have great offerings in terms of different electives and things to explore for students, but we're small enough to where students know each other and the teachers know all the students, and I just think that's just super critical as students kind of step into the space of being young adult, that they know that they have so many people around them that care about them, they're known, and that they're seen, and that they're valued, and that they're loved. And I think that's really important for kids to hear, especially when a lot of middle school students can be insecure and they're trying to figure out what they believe and who they are and trying to establish their identity. And so anytime they can hear the truth from God's word about what he says about them and what their identity is and how he views them, and having that reinforced by our staff is just critical for our students to hear, especially at this time. So I'm thankful that our students here can hear that truth on a daily basis.